One of the problems that may have been causing a blockage is either coins or other debris actually getting lodged into the pump. And if you look here, we actually have an old remnant of a seal or something, which is causing the problem. This has come from my workshop. Hi, welcome to How to Repair. Is your Bosch or Siemens washing machine showing an E36-10 error code? This means that the machine has been unable to empty the water in the allocated period of time. On the older machines, it was E18 or E03 that may have been showing on the display. Both of these faults are related to pump issues or unable to empty the water in the allocated period of time. I'm going to be showing you in this video the most common faults that can create this error and how to rectify the problem. Please remember to leave a comment about the obsolescence on these Bosch and Siemens washing machines, and if we've really helped you, remember to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to, you can always support the website by clicking on the Bipolar Beer page. Okay, the first thing we need to do is stop this annoying beep. So all you have to do is turn it to the off position and that will cancel that. One of the first checks I do before even touching the machine is pulling the machine out and inspecting your waste fittings, because manufacturers are really penny pinching today and not supplying all the right equipment with a brand new machine like this. This machine was delivered without a waste pipe support. This support is specifically designed to stop the pipe collapsing when you're doing a hot wash. When you do a 90-degree wash, as you can imagine, 90-degree water going through this pipe is going to cause the pipe to actually collapse downwards slightly, restricting the flow of water leaving the machine. So it's well worth inspecting that first. Also, if you have your washing machine connected to a sink unit, it is worth inspecting the fitting because sometimes these can block, as you can see here. If none of those problems occur on your machine, we're going to have to drain down the machine using the inspection flap and get the clothing out of the machine. It is always advisable to unplug the machine from the electrical supply. This can actually be a tedious process because you will have your machine on the floor. I've got it on the workbench, which is going to be a lot easier. I suggest using a small shallow tray like this and positioning it just underneath the machine, then pulling out the drain down pipe, and then you'll take the plug out of it to get the water out of the machine. You may have to do this several times to actually empty all the water from the machine without making a mess. Once the machine is drained down, you may be able to open the door, but if you're not, there is an emergency pull cord down in the bottom right hand corner, and if you press that down, it will release the door. Then you're going to be able to remove the wet clothing out of the machine. You might want to drain down the machine one more time to get rid of any leftover water that's still in there before opening up the pump. First, we'll inspect the filter. Now this just turns anti-clockwise, but if it will not turn, don't force it because you will break the filter. This is because coins could be lodged in there and stopping you undoing the filter. This means that you're going to have to separate the pump to clear the blockage, and this can easily be done, and I'll show you this later in the video. Now for ease of videoing, I'm actually going to remove the flap here, and it unclips on the left hand side. Then we're going to be able to remove the filter. You will still get a little bit of water coming from the actual machine, so it's well worth having a cloth or a towel to absorb this water up. One of the problems that may have been causing a blockage is either coins or other debris actually getting lodged into the pump, and this has actually caused the actual pump housing to actually separate, but I can easily put this back together, and I actually see a screw in here which is causing the problem. This has come from my workshop. I will be able to clip this back together, and that could have been the problem why the machine was not emptying. But let me show you some other faults that can occur. Another thing that can occur is elastic bands and other bits of fabric off clothing can actually get lodged around the impeller. And if you look here, we actually have an old remnant of a seal or something which is actually wrapped around the impeller, and that would have stopped the machine from emptying. Another fault that can occur with the impellers on a pump. If a coin got through to the impeller and the motor was turning. This can cause the actual shaft to shear on the inside. And if I bring this closely up to the camera for you, this is a pump that I saved from years ago, and the inside has actually sheared off the metal shaft, causing the impeller to look like it's working correctly, and it would spin. But when a load of water was against that impeller, the motor would be turning, but the impeller would not be, causing the machine not to empty. Now, if your washing machine is still not emptying, we might have a blockage in the system. This can either be on the drum or on the sump hose that comes from the bottom of the drum and allows the water to get through to the pump. Normally, you would access this by taking the front of the machine off, but I've done many videos on this and I will put the links in the description on this video for you. We're just going to quickly tilt the machine backwards and access this from the base. Okay, here you can see the sump hose and the pump here, and this is a Torx 15 or a Torx 20, I believe, and all we need to do is undo the screw on the sump hose, loosen it completely off, do back it off a considerable amount, and then we will be able to peel this away from the drum. I can also go in here just so I can show you, and I'm going to just quickly unclip this from the drum, and this will allow me to bring this down, and I'm also going to have to unclip the drain down pipe, and that is the sump hose. Now, don't think you've lost a golf ball. This is actually called an anti-siphon device, and these balls are designed to stop the detergent coming out of the machine when it's filling. But you want to inspect here and inspect here to make sure there is no blockages in that at all. Also, it's worth giving this a clean up as well, but this is a new machine. Now, when it comes to the pump is also clipped on to the back of the actual motor housing. And I'll show you quickly how that comes apart, because you might want to separate the back half of the pump from the actual front half of the pump to be able to get the filter out, as I said earlier. Okay, to remove the pump from the machine, you're going to have to watch an additional video on how to dismantle the front of the machine. But the pump is actually attached to the chassis of the machine via some screws at the front by the filter. But the pump and the housing are actually attached together just by a twist fit mechanism. And what actually happens is there is a couple of tabs just here, and you need to press those tabs down while rotating the motor in an anti-clockwise rotation, and be very careful not to break them. Then you would be able to untwist the pump and separate it away from the housing. You would then be able to remove the coins and actually then take the pump and reinsert it back into the machine. I hope that helps you. Now, there's one last test that we will be able to do once I've reassembled the machine. If you look closely here at the top, you can see the motor electrical plug. And you will need to actually pull this off if you want to check the voltage that is going to the actual pump, because sometimes the circuit board may not be sending power to the pump, or the pump itself has failed. Now, before we do an electrical test on the pump, I promised myself I was going to name and shame every company that is producing these sealed washing machine drums. Now, Bosch and Siemens are constantly producing these sealed drums to build obsolescence into the machine, therefore ripping you off as a consumer. This half of the drum used to be connected to this half of the drum via screws. They now weld the drum, so you are unable to replace the spider or the bearings when they fail. This way, the manufacturer is guaranteeing obsolescence into the machine, and you are having to buy a new one every 7 or 8 years. Now, if your washing machine still is not emptying, there are only two possible faults left: the power supply going to the pump, or the pump itself has become faulty. And I'm going to give a demonstration here on how you can check it. You can always use a multimeter to check voltages coming from the circuit board to the pump, and be able also to do a continuity test on the wiring going from the PCB to the pump. But I want to do this for video purposes, so I am actually going to separate this pump, This is a spare one I've got, and written on the pump is 230 volts to 240 volts, and this is most probably somewhere in the region of 30 to 40 watt pump. Now, some washing machines, like LG for example, have started using DC pumps, so do always check the pump before doing any tests. Now, making sure that the machine is unplugged, I'm quickly going to go underneath here, and I know what I'm looking for, and I can take the power lead off the pump to connect up to this other pump here. And if I connect this up and just rest it there, I have put a clamp here just so the motor doesn't fall over when it starts turning. And I'm going to plug the machine back into the power supply. And I'm now going to turn the dial round to the spin side. You will be able to test this with a multimeter. Pressing the start button now, the machine would initially empty, and that means that the pump will automatically come on first before it goes into spin or anything else. This is because the machine would be draining down the water. And that's an easy way to test your existing pump if you wanted to. You would also be able to open up the filter to see if the impeller was turning. But these AC pumps, you are able to connect these up to a separate power supply to be able to bench test these. I hope that answers all the questions you have with regards to the machine not emptying. Okay, plugged the machine back in, turned it onto a rinse. It automatically cleared the error code. It still may be actually in the actual memory of the circuit board, but you can see about those error codes in other videos. Now, if you do have any further problems with your Bosch washing machine, please use your mobile phone, record the problem for me, discussing in the video what is the problem, and send me the link. This makes it much easier for me to help you, or you can use the contact us page on the website. Any spare parts for these Bosch washing machines will be in the description on this video, and there'll be a link that will take you through to a page where you're able to use your model number to search for any parts that you need. Thanks very much indeed for watching this video. Please remember to leave a comment about the obsolescence on these Bosch and Siemens washing machines. And if we've really helped you, remember to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to, you can always support the website by clicking on the Buy Paul a Beer page. Thanks very much indeed for watching.